What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl janiaaaliyah, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, hopefully y'all been waiting on this because I'm very much excited to do this. I have been wanting to do this style once again for a very long time. So as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, today I'm going to be installing some tape and extensions on myself. And so the hair was sent to me by Curlsqueen hair, and so I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the hair before I show y'all everything that came with the hair. And so here is the hair, and I can't remember off the top of my head the exact length and stuff of this hair. So if y'all want to know the exact details of this hair, check the description box below for sure for all the information you need. But I do know that I have two bundles that come with 40 pieces each, so 80 pieces in total, that I'm very much excited to install this time. And so just as a little disclaimer, I have done this install before, and so if y'all want to know like the background of how I kind of, you know, set up to see the back of my head and stuff like that, check my other video for that. And so yeah, so this time around I'm going to be doing more of a curly install, and I will silk press my hair later on, but not in this video, so just stay tuned for that little maintenance update and whatnot. And so things that also came in the bag include a little brush, which definitely will not work on my hair because honey, type 4 wear, do not these bristles. A clip, a comb, and then these Velcro things that will definitely come in handy when it's time to, you know, start applying the tape, as well as some extra tapes for when you want to reuse the hair. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, so what's up, y'all? So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I went ahead and kind of parted off my perimeter, so the leave out around my perimeter, which is going to be what's able to cover the tape ends when I want to put it in a ponytail. And so the important thing here is behind your ear, you're going to have to leave out slightly more hair, because for some reason I always like would basically do that part like too light or too short or whatever, and that's always the part that ends up being a little, you know, too thin. So as you can see, just kind of doing a straight line, but when I get over by my ear, I kind of do a curved one, and then going towards the back is not the neatest. Obviously I can't see, but just leave what feels like enough. And also keep in mind, like, obviously places where the back of your hair and the front of your hair, where you have your edges and your kitchen, is going to feel like you're leaving more hair than you actually are. So that's why I always just make sure, like, okay, yeah, this is enough. And the way that I do that is I flip the hair like over the end of my comb, and if I can still see the tail of my comb, because it's silver, then I may need to leave a little more hair. Or you could try the exact same thing with like a small sheet of paper or whatever. If you covered a piece of paper, then cool, you got enough leave out left, you know. And so I just went ahead and braided that up so that way it doesn't get in the way of my other hair when I'm, you know, putting the tape ends on and whatnot. So once I finish sectioning off my leave out, it's time to go ahead and place the first clip in. Now when you're doing it yourself, it's a whole lot different from doing it on somebody else. So it's a number of ways that I could recommend you to do this. And so the first way that I do is simply sticking it on as like the hair is up in a ponytail, and then getting a comb and parting the hair that way. So I guess like literally you're parting like piece by piece. And so if you guys can see, I'm taking the comb, and you can kind of feel where the hair on the tape is, and so just kind of part that little part as much as you can, and then flip down, and then from there you're gonna be able to, you know, remove any extra hair. So you guys obviously see the amount of hair that's there right now versus the amount of hair that needs to be there in order for it to just be a nicely balanced out tape band. And if y'all watched my last tutorial, then you remember me saying that when you're doing tape bands, there should be basically more tape than hair, so that way each piece of tape is able to stick to each other. Because if not, you'll have like tape ends that may stick on the outside, but because there's so much hair in the middle, it won't stay in the middle. So that's why it's kind of important to make sure like it's kind of evenly spaced out, and also evenly laid on your head, because the worst thing that you can do when you're doing a tape ends is kind of have it like nice and snug close to your root on one part, and then the other part be like very very loose to the point where you have like this weird tension thing going on. And that's actually how some people end up, you know, pulling out their hair and whatnot. So just make sure whatever part you do have the tape in on, it's equal across the, you know, entire parting of like the tape in. And so right now I'm kind of just sectioning off all the hair that was not supposed to go in there, and I'm just going to go back through with the top piece of tape and stick it together. And so here I'm doing the exact same thing, but except when I work up my head, and sorry y'all, my camera's trying to work a little too hard, but as I'm working kind of upwards on my head, you see I match the tape in the direction of the angle that I'm going in, because this way when I want to flip it into a ponytail I actually can. Some people kind of, you know, just keep it straight, keep them horizontal as they're in the back, and then kind of move a little more diagonal as they're going to the front. I mean, different strokes, different folks, whatever works for you, but as long as we can get the little ponytail that we're all going for. And then I don't know if I showed it in this video, another easy way that you guys can apply the tape ends if you kind of have a hard time like applying it first and then kind of parting it out, is you could have your hair in a ponytail ahead of time or whatever, and then just part out super skinny pieces every time and then do your tape that way. That may be an easier way for some people, especially if you can't see the back of your head, or see, like, you can't put a mirror behind you or anything and actually see what you're doing. That definitely is an easier way, and then you'll also know how much hair you have in each tape in at, you know, each time. And so as we get to the front of my head, you guys can see I've kind of changed my angle that I'm putting them at. And once we got to the front, I went ahead and parted out my middle part, because I knew, okay, I'm going to be wearing this in the middle. So I just sectioned off that piece of hair as you would for a sew-in, and boom, this is what we have. Now this is why, you guys, why I definitely recommend only using about 40 pieces of this hair, because little did I know how big this hair would get. And when I do my tape ends, I tend to put a lot in the back, which I do not recommend. I feel like you should definitely space them out evenly. So when I went back, I actually went back and took out a lot of tape ends, probably about half of the tape ends I put in my head, because I got like the 80 pack. So when you do your tape ends, I recommend applying tape ends to one row, then parting hair down, skipping that row, and then applying tape ends to the next row, then, you know, skipping the next row, then applying tape ends to the next row. So basically doing tape ends on every other row until you kind of get to the front where you want to like make up for like length and whatnot. But especially with these curly tape ends, because I did aim to wear them curly, please don't do too many, child, because you will not be able to do anything with this hair, y'all. I'm telling you. So don't take that lightly.
Okay, y'all, so this is what it's looking like so far, curly, and I feel like I like it, but I kind of want to see it straight at the same time, because high key it being straight will definitely be a whole lot easier to manage. I am probably gonna go through and like cut a little bit and maybe layer, but I'll probably do that once I try to straighten it, and then we'll see. But as y'all can see, here it goes. So some of my hair is out. Well, obviously some of my hair is out, and I just have a little tuck behind my ear, but I didn't blend all the hair back there, but I just want to kind of show y'all that it'll go up in a ponytail, bun, whatever you want to do. Only thing is, like I said, since it's currently curly right now, it's a little harder to do because you actually have to maneuver through the hair and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and show y'all. It's not the neatest because obviously a major detangle is required, but here's the back. Here's the other side. And here's the other side. So, I can try to do it a little neater, but y'all gonna have to give me some time because I'm tired. But yeah, let me try to do this bun a little neater. And then I'll be back.
Also, you guys, if you all want to know the products that I use on this hair to kind of make the curls a little more defined, let me know and I'll do a video on it.
Okay, y'all. So, we got the forehead all out. And y'all. Now, I said I was about to straighten this hair. But as you can see, I got my little rubber in the background because I ended up just using that to kind of stretch my curls out. Because it was just a little too hectic trying to straighten the hair. So I really don't know if I'm going to ever wear this hair straight at all. I'll probably let y'all know when I have the mental capacity to straighten this hair out. But anyways, this is how it looks. And to be honest, I would definitely recommend, because like I said in the beginning, I was sent 80 pieces of this hair. But I underestimated the thickness and just the overall texture of these extensions. So I definitely recommend only using 40, maybe even less if possible. Because, oh my goodness, it's a lot of hair. And I had to put a decent amount of product just to kind of get it like to a manageable state and whatnot. But nonetheless, it looks cute. You know, very natural looking. I definitely do love it. And it's definitely going to be a cute little summer hairstyle. I can get in the pool and put my head in the water now. But with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. You already know. Click, smash, smack that subscribe button down below. And I will see y'all on my next video.